Good afternoon, Norcal Karters. This is Jason, and it is January 10th, 2022, and this is our new format for our weekly podcast for the upcoming events. So if you're new, over the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to knock these shows out in about 15 minutes. They're specific to upcoming events that affect Northern California karting, and if you're listening live, you can chat, although I am going down the stuff pretty quickly. On this particular podcast, again, this is the new format. So if I miss your chat or if I miss your comment, I apologize. I will try to address them and see them. But again, these quick kart podcasts are aimed to be 15 minutes or less to give you a quick rundown of the events that are coming up in Northern California or karting events that may affect Northern California karters. So if I am missing your event, reach out to me. We will get you on the calendar. You can find our calendar at norcalkarters.com. And we can also be found on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We started doing some live stream shows. Speaking of live stream, tonight, Durbin Jr. from Prairie City Karting. He will be joining me tonight, and he will be bringing along some special guests. You can live chat with us either on Facebook or on YouTube. Again, both are hosted out on the Norcal Karters sites of Facebook or YouTube. You can chat live. It's going to be video. So the podcast is going to be probably about an hour long. It's going to start at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And again, that's with Prairie City Karting. I even have a hard time typing that one out. Prairie City Karting's Durbin Jr. And their website, pckarting.com. And we welcome back pckarting.com to another year of supporting the Norcal Karters project, so we do appreciate it. And again, tonight, Monday, January 10th, Durbin will join us. And we're going to talk Prairie City. We're going to talk about his upcoming awards banquet. I was out at the track the other day, and I don't want to spoil it, but man, he's got some great stuff planned for that banquet. It's really going to be a fun bash for those that are attending. And but I'll let him kind of get into that tonight. So again, that is going to be the live stream broadcast tonight at 7:30 on Facebook, on the NorCal channel, and on YouTube on the Norcal Karters channel. And let's see here. Also, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Gorilla Barbecue, gorillabarbecue.com. GFC Karting, gfckarting.com. And Extra Kart Parts, extrakartparts.com. Those are our current sponsors of the NorCal website, just in general. So it's not particularly a sponsor of this particular podcast, just kind of a blanket sponsorship. Gorilla Barbecue, Rich Bakke, he really wanted to help out the project, and he's an integral part of the Track Magic Owners Group. And so he asked how he could help, and he sent me a check last year, and we used a lot of that money to kind of start ramping up the new presence that we have with norcalkarters.com. If you haven't been there in a couple of months, go check it out. It's all brand new, and very excited about that. Now, don't be dismayed that the very first post on there is a little bit outdated. I'll be honest, a lot of the stuff I put on norcalkarters.com, I put it up real quick to see how the format would look, how the colors would look, how the site interacted. And as I get better at posting weekly on norcalkarters.com, you'll start seeing the new stuff refreshing more often. Every time I do a podcast or a how-to video, etc., that will make it to norcalkarters.com, so go check it out. And then GFC Karting, he was the first team that really came to me and said, dude, I want to help you out. And at the time, I didn't have banner ads. So I go, well, we could put your race calendar on our events calendar. So a great example, anytime you saw like a Sonoma Rok event or a Rock Fest event or any of the big pro moto tours, you would have seen GFC Karting, boom, right under those events, because those were the events he was traveling to. So if you're a team out there and you're listening and you want more exposure to your race calendar, reach out to me. I think our packages are some of the most affordable packages for advertising in the karting world. So pricing is going to basically depend on how many events you're attending and how much content you want to see, or what's another way? How much you want from the website and everything we offer. So, yeah, there you have it. So thank you to our sponsors. And as I mentioned, tonight, Donald Durbin, 7:30. In fact, let me run down the live streams that we have scheduled. So Ashley Veloz has been helping me a lot over the past month. She has January booked out on our Mondays. So Monday, January 17th, NCK Road Racing. A group of guys from NCK Road Racing will join us for a podcast, a live stream. Let's see, Monday, January 24th, CCKRA, Central California Kart Racing Association. They will join us for a live stream podcast. And Monday, January 31st, Northern Nevada Kart Club. They will join us for a live stream. And also, coincidentally, all four of the clubs that are joining us over the next 4 weeks, they have been or are currently sponsors of the Norcal Karters website. So we really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. And if you're wondering what we're going to cover on all these podcasts, I'm the host, so it can go anywhere. It can be all over the place. That's just how I am. But we really want to talk about 2021 and some highlights. We also want to talk about the plans for 2022 and just some cool things coming up. So, for example, NCK Road Racing. I know they're traveling a little bit more this year. They're going down to Buttonwillow. They're going to Willow Springs. They're going to try to do a couple more races on the Thunderhill West track. CCKRA, they are having a free Arrive and Drive demo day on January 16th. And Northern Nevada Kart Club, they started live streaming some of their stuff last year. So just some cool stuff happening on the live stream. A lot of good information and content available out there right now in the karting world. And I really got to make it my job at Norcal Karters to kind of bring all that information to one spot. But yeah, that's just kind of some of the stuff we're going to be talking about coming up on these next couple of live stream shows over the next 4 weeks. And recently, we had Andy Seesemann, Challenge of the Americas. He joined us last week. He brought along Ryan Ruth, Ruthless Karting, and Ryan Martin from Ron White Racing. So you can go to our pages. Again, Facebook, Norcal Karters, YouTube, Norcal Karters, or norcalkarters.com. And we have everything archived where you can go back and watch it. A couple weeks before that, we had three dudes from Sonoma, D. Baldwin, Steve Piggott, and Pat Beckly talking about the Sonoma track, the new tic-tac-toe configuration, the limited 125 shifter class. And earlier in December, we had Team GFC Director of Operations, Sonny Cervelli, karting mechanic and super tuner, Wes Boswell, and also a GFC driver and a shop owner out of Utah, Aryton Littell. So, again, a lot going on with YouTube, Facebook, the live broadcasting. We're trying to do one unique live broadcast a week, typically Monday nights at 7:30. Also coming up this month, big this week, the Blue Max Kart Club Swap Meet is January 15th. That's this Saturday, rain or shine. I just looked at the weather. It's going to be beautiful. There's like a 5% chance of rain in all of Northern California that day. So the weather should be nice. It looks like Jeff Lenzaro is going to be bringing donuts out. So I'm really excited about donuts. I like good fresh donuts. So that's going to be the swap meet. It's free for buyers and sellers, free to attend. Gates open, I believe, at 9 o'clock. Information can be found on, again, our calendar, norcalkarters.com. Click on the events tab. Go to the calendar. I also created a Facebook event page. If you are buying or selling and you want to put some pre-posts out there of what you're looking for or what you want to buy, start adding to the discussion. So again, that is this Saturday, Blue Max Kart Club out in Davis, California. Easy to find, easy to get to. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up with my trailer. I'm going to stop at the Nugget Market right down the street from the racetrack. I'm going to grab my Italian sandwich. I'm going to have half of it for breakfast right after I eat a donut. I'll have the other half for lunch. I'll probably chase that down with an energy drink. And yeah, you can tell by my voice, this guy needs another energy drink. But man, that's kind of my plan when I go to Blue Max. That's my little routine. So, Swap Meet, January 15th. Prairie City Awards Banquet, also on January 15th. And again, Donald Durbin will be on tonight. He's going to talk about the banquet. I believe that banquet starts at 3 o'clock, but I have the information on NorcalKarters.com on the events tab. Another banquet, CCKRA Awards Banquet, is also January 15th. Now, if you don't know where Prairie City is, it's Rancho Cordova. The banquet is taking place at the Vercades. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong or right. I don't know. Vercades Estates. That's right off Grant Line Road. You know that big house you're going east on Grant Line and you look over, it's like, man, whose house is that? Like, it's a real mansion. Yeah, that's where they're going. So that's going to be exciting for those that are participating and attending. Again, we'll let Donald get into all that. CCKRA, Central California Kart Racing Association. Their awards banquet is on January 15th. Now, they're based out of the Fresno area. Again, their information is on NorcalKarters.com. Click on the events tab. Also going on that weekend is the CCKRA Arrive and Drive event on January 16th at the Fresno Fairgrounds. That information is on the NorcalKarters.com events calendar. So if you're in the Fresno area on Sunday, January 16th, and you're listening to this right now, reach out to them, call them or email them. If you want to try a kart, get a hold of them and let them know. They will have karts, I believe they said, from ages 5 on up. So, but you need to get a hold of them ahead of time. Let them know how many will be in your party, the ages, the sizes, all that great stuff. And let's see here. Speaking of banquets, so as of right now, Sonoma, Rok Sonoma, they have postponed their February 5th banquet. So I was talking to Kimberly Cameron earlier in the week. They received notice from the, basically from the establishment that things are going to be a little bit touch and go right now with everything going on with the COVID. I thought we were done with this stuff, but apparently not. Some people just want to hang on to COVID, and I don't know. I don't get it, but I'm not here to get into it. That's not my job. All I know is they received a notice that the host facility said there are high chances of restrictions. There's high chances of a head count of under 50 people. And so the Camerons made the hard decision to postpone that awards banquet. They are working on stuff in the background. It's tough for these organizations. They put a lot of time and effort into promoting race events. They also put a lot of time and effort into trying to create a special event that kind of is suitable for everybody to really highlight and recapture the memories from the past season. And you know, Kimberly particularly, I know she's just like very, I don't want to use the word distraught, but she didn't take the decision to postpone the banquet lightly. And she wanted to make sure that everyone could participate. She wanted to make sure everyone could have a good time. She didn't want to put a head count on it where there was only 50 people total. I mean, that you'd have to limit who you would want to go. That basically mean families couldn't bring their whole family if they wanted to show up. She was told there'd be face masks mandatory. She also didn't want to see an awards banquet where, you know, the drivers are receiving their awards with face masks on. It's like, let's see these faces. Let's show everyone who's underneath that helmet. So that's a big part of the awards banquet. It's a networking thing. It's community. So we'll keep you posted on anything that happens with the Rock Sonoma Awards banquet. But as of now, it is postponed. And let's see. I'm going to shoot over to NorcalKarters.com real quick. I almost have this done in 15 minutes. I'm working on that. That is my personal goal for this show, 2022. I said it last year, but then I started rambling. But now that I'm really focused on keeping this event format, again, trying to keep it around 15 minutes, boom, here's the events coming up. If you miss it or I'm running right past them, you can easily go to NorcalKarters.com and go check them out. So NorcalKarters.com, click on the events tab. We talked about the swap meet. We talked about the Prairie City banquet. We talked about the CCKRA Awards banquet. All of that is happening on January 15th. We talked about the free Kart Arrive and Drive event in Fresno on January the 16th. We did not talk about Karts and Coffee in Modesto on the 16th. Dan, if you're listening to this, maybe that's a great event to kind of piggyback off of the free Kart and Arrive and Drive event down there in Fresno. I know Fresno and Modesto aren't right next to each other, but honestly, it's not too far of a stretch. And end of the month here, January 28th through the 30th, Challenge of the Americas kicks off rounds 1 and 2 in Tucson. So that'll be exciting. Again, that's on NorcalKarters.com on the events tab. And we had Andy Seesemann on earlier last week. And I love having Andy on. You just never know where the show's going to go. We had a lot of fun with Ryan Ruth and Ryan Martin. So that was the show, again, from last week. You can find on NorcalKarters.com. And to keep it under 15 minutes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap up the show right there. And as I've mentioned a few times over the past few weeks, 2022, the theme of our show is going to be suicide awareness and prevention. Please take the time. If you feel you need a phone call or someone to talk to, take the time to make that phone call. If you're in dire need right now, dial 911. They will have support staff for you. If it's something that's on your mind, there's also a resources tab. It is now live on NorcalKarters.com. You can go to NorcalKarters.com, click on the menu, go to resources. It's the very first page that's available to you. And we need to spread the word. We need to support our community. And I said over the last couple of weeks I would make these plugs a little less as long, but again, it's important. We need to take care of each other, and if you're not sure how to take care of somebody, check out the resources page. You can call those hotline numbers yourself. There's chat lines available. There's websites, or if you just feel you need somebody, reach out and do it now, and let's prevent another suicide in karting. So that is how we are going to wrap up every weekly podcast here on Norcal Karters for 2022. And thank you for listening. If you appreciate the content, share the podcast, like the podcast, start chatting live with the podcast, engaging somehow. Speaking of engagement, thank you to those that have been utilizing YouTube. We have seen a 10% increase in our subscribers over the past 30 days. So that's been good news. And once we get to 1,000 subscribers, it unlocks other features where I can actually do live broadcasts, mobile live broadcasts, which will make more karting content much easier. And I'll keep posting how to do videos and things like that. So thank you again for listening. Have a great week. And I'll see you back here tonight and 7:30 on Facebook or on YouTube for our live stream broadcast with Donald Durbin Jr. of Prairie City Karting.